Retail expert Craig Johnson, president of Customer Growth Partners, was here last week with his prediction saying that Black Friday was going to be big. He's back here now with us with his data from over the weekend. And Craig, we saw gains or predictions, or actually for the assessment from the National Retail Federation saying that gains were at 6% for sales. Is that what you saw too?
We saw that about the same, say 6, maybe 8%, but in that range, so we're on target with that.
Okay, what was the difference here?
Well, what's going on is after 2 years of recession, the American consumer is back. She's slimmer, trimmer, and ready to shop.
Back just for the holiday shopping season, or is this going to carry momentum?
We believe it's going to carry over into the following season.
Following year, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The consumer has been hunkered down basically for 2 years, but now she's taking her head above the foxhole and is beginning to shop again, carefully, thoughtfully, and always with a focus on value, but she's back and ready to shop.
With your data, what did you find that was interesting?
Well, I think a couple different things. First of all, there's this focus on value, and talking about whether it's value at the discount end of the spectrum, at the TJ Maxx's and Targets of the world, or value at the high end of the spectrum in terms of enduring value at places like Tiffany. People are looking at jewelry, particularly diamond jewelry, gold, as an inflation hedge and as a dollar hedge. So there's that value as well as the pent-up demand coming out of the last 2 years.
So you saw across the board buying?
Across the board, across merchandise categories and each end of the price spectrum. So when I say across merchandise categories, this is in many ways a return to the traditional Christmas. Toys, TVs, and sweaters.
But, Sheila was just talking about, when you look deeper into it, though, it means that the retailers, though, did have to discount quite heavily to get these shoppers in. What does that mean for the retailers and their bottom lines?
Well, we'd actually disagree with that a little bit. What we saw mostly were planned promotions. In other words, there were many discounts over the holiday, over the Black Friday, but they were planned promotions that the retailers had bought into, and their profit projections and their margin structures assumed those promotions. They weren't unplanned.
Oh, I see. Okay. So, but they were still deep, though.
Oh, some of them were quite deep. But if you're buying exclusive merchandise that is only available at a particular store, whether it's Neiman's, Nordstrom, Saks, it's only available there, or at Macy's with the Hilfiger and Martha Stewart lines, those did not tend to be discounted as heavily as places where there was commodity merchandise, or in the consumer electronics sector, we saw huge discounts.
So what was the difference this time around for retailers? Why were they able to plan their promotions better then?
Well, the last couple years, 2 years ago, retailers were inventory heavy. In other words, after the post-Lehman, everybody was too heavy. Last year, they bought down, and they ended up starving sales by being too thin. This year, it was like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. They got inventory levels just about right, which is really a recipe for good profits.
Okay. Craig, we're going to have to leave it there, but I appreciate it. And thanks for bringing your data with you and talking to us about that. That was Craig Johnson of Customer Growth Partners talking about the Black Friday weekend.